Sounds good to me, dog.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Today,
What's up?
we are back in the health and fitness game show industry. We got some juicy stuff today. Now, sir, we both came here prepared with some games for health and fitness and the news involved. Do you have a game you want to start out with? Should I get right into it? What do you think, sir?
Give me 2 seconds because I'm doing the thing that I promised us that we would do, which is I post on Instagram so this way more people actually enjoy watching us. So
Yes.
we get to the people. So as I'm doing this, I'm going to keep talking about how I'm doing this, and then we can get to the game show.
Well, sir, I could easily talk about how last week we went live for about 45 minutes, and then eventually I got a message, and I was shocked. We were not public. We were private the entire time. So we ended up getting even less views than normal, which is usually like 10. Well, it was terrible. I was definitely disappointed. Felt like a failure. But what are you going to do when it comes down to it?
You know
Absolutely
what?
nothing.
You know what I was always taught is when you fail, you give up. You don't try again.
Yeah.
With
So,
that being said, it's on our story finally.
yeah. And, we're back this week. We have not been discouraged just yet. We still have some confidence. And, sir, I'm starting us
I
off.
I don't think I don't think our confidence can die, Aaron. I don't think it can. I think that we could actually get a negative viewer rating, like the viewership could go down, and we'll still show up next week.
I mean,
But
it's true. The truth is we've been at this for more than a year now. We have more than a few hundred videos on our page, and we are still here, and we will be here until I decide I need to cry softly. Then I'll go home, and then I'll come back.
exactly,
But let's get into our first game of the night, sir. Are you ready?
I don't think you're ready. I wrote some pretty hard questions down. Let's each hang on. Let's start out by introducing the themes of the questions we are going to be asking. Did you pick a specific theme?
the The theme of the night is hybrid training.
Ooh, okay. I went advanced lifting, like strength science.
Oh, wow. My brain has nothing in it. I will fail today. The round one that I have is diagnosis or disaster. So, is this
Oh, fun.
something that is good? It's a good workout trend that you should try? Or is this something that's a disaster? We shouldn't try it. We should
All
get
right.
rid of it. Nightmare.
I'm
So,
I'm down to try any workout.
I'm going to give you a prompt. Let me know what you think. And we could try this on another
But
time.
do we want to make things more interesting?
What is that, sir?
If you get the question wrong, is there a punishment?
I
Do we
feel
want to
like
gamble on this? We talking money?
I think
I'm kidding. I don't want to do that.
I think these are opinion. Even though they have answers that Gemini says, I think they're opinion.
I went more multiple choice based. You went more like Play-Doh thinking based. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. No punishment on
I'm
these
open
ones.
ended, you're multiple choice. So,
Got it.
the prompt. You just have to say PT nightmare or valid adaptation. Doing heavy barbell hip thrusts right before a 5K tempo run to wake up the glutes. PT nightmare or valid adaptation.
I'm not mad about it. You thought I would probably say PT Nightmare, but I'm not mad about it.
Now, I think that they're trying to focus on the heavy barbell hip thrusts.
It depends on how heavy. Heavy is like arbitrary. If we're just talking like enough that we can do like still like 10 reps of a decent weight, then okay, yeah. But if you're talking like I'm PRing and then going for a run, maybe not the greatest idea.
Yeah, so Google Gemini says it's a PT nightmare. They say glute
Um,
fatigue mid run will trash your gait mechanics.
all right, it's not wrong. I see. I was thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be a good exercise to warm some stuff up. But I was thinking to PT and not reading between the lines, which it says heavy glute thrusts.
Yeah, I actually am in the same boat as you, even with fairly heavy. Like if you're maxing out, you should never go for a run right after you max out. That's just not a good idea. However, if you're doing even like a 5 rep hip thrust, I would probably do that. Believe it or not. I mean, a tempo run's tough because you're going to have to be at some pretty high speeds. But I mean, if you're an athlete that has to do heavy lifting and then run, you should probably do it. Like CrossFit athletes all the time will do heavy lifting and then run. So for that reason, I think it's
I'm
okay.
I'm definitely not at it. Like I still like I understand what like chat or sorry, Gemini, wrong AI, is trying to get across, but I don't know. Like I still don't fully agree with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
That's
complete
why AI
nightmare.
won't take my job.
Yeah, I don't think it's a complete nightmare. There could be potential issues. I think we could both agree, but overall, it's not the worst thing ever.
No, in all honesty, I think there's a lot of worse things to do.
Mm-hmm. So I have
No,
three prompts here. Do you want me just to go through the next two, and then we'll go to your?
no, let's bounce back and forth because I think the switch off is gonna like my questions might be kind of quick. We can kind of debate and this is what we did last time. So let's
Yeah.
stick to what we did last time.
Okay.
So multiple choice question, and then we could chat about it. Which training variable has the biggest impact on muscle growth? Is
Ah.
it your training frequency? Is it your rest periods, weekly training volume, or is it your exercise order?
All right. So I feel like I'm back on boards. I don't think it's exercise order. I you said training frequency. What were the other two?
Rest periods,
Rest periods, training
weekly
frequency.
training volume, or exercise order?
I think all of these matter to a point, but you're saying which one matters the most?
The most. You're back in the boards. All of these answers are right. Which
Yeah.
one's the most right?
I still don't think order has that much of an impact. I think frequency obviously does. If you're lifting once a week, it's probably not going to lead to a lot of muscle growth. Volume also matters, but a lot of people go too much into volume where you can actually do a lot less than you think. And what was the last one? Volume, frequency, um, order.
Rest periods.
I'm almost leaning towards rest periods just so you can get the adequate stimulus you need for that exercise. I think I'm gonna lock in rest periods, believe it or not.
I froze for a second, but it sounds like you picked rest periods.
I did.
You're obviously wrong. It's weekly training volume. So a
Hmm.
meta-analysis consistently showed that the total number of challenging sets performed per muscle group each week is one of the strongest predictors of hypertrophy, assuming sets are taken close to failure. So,
Yeah.
up in the volume that you're putting in just means that you're going to have to overcome it more. But all of these, I mean, you want to improve on hypertrophy and muscle growth, you're going to need all of them.
Yeah. Volume was just too obvious to me, I think, and I overthought that way too much. Like, obviously,
Sometimes
you
you
need
got to
volume.
just keep it simple.
But I do still stand by what I said earlier that some people think you need way more volume than you actually do. Like some people do 30 sets for a muscle group in a week, and you don't really need that much.
Yeah, no. I think that some people end up just doing like far too much. There's obviously like there's upper like limitations to these factors. Like there's a crossing point essentially where it's like where so much becomes too much in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that like you start to do way too much and it ends up being more detrimental than beneficial. And that's when you start to see things like muscle breakdown, like the rhabdomyolysis stuff. Like it starts basically becoming, you definitely overdid it.
Yeah. So I have two questions for you, sir. First, what frequency for working out do you think is the best?
Frequency in what sense? Like going times per week?
Yeah. Yeah. When I think of frequency, I was thinking days per week.
And what's the goal of let's like pick make me a client. What's their goal?
So that is also a very good point that Dr. Tom makes here. It's not all about one thing works for everybody. It's different for each person. I'm talking about someone like me and you trying to be in decent shape, wants to be healthy, wants to, maybe play a sport every once in a while, maybe go fishing, maybe play around with disc golf, and be able to take care of the house.
I I mean, I would say exercising, I wouldn't even put it at like a frequency of like going this many times a week to the gym. Like I would say you need to get in a moderate amount of exercise. I would put it at like at least intense exercise 4 to 5 hours a week.
Hmm.
If you're doing an hour a day, that puts you at 4 to 5 times a week. You don't have to. I mean, there's going to be variables where there's going to be times that you're doing more like housework and stuff too. That counts as like exercise bucket also. But I would say that that's fair, and there's more than enough time in the week to find that.
It's funny though, because the idea of intense exercise is very hard to judge because
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot more cardio. As we know, I did a Spartan race a week or two ago. So if I do a strength training workout, I don't really sweat anymore, regardless of the intensity of the workout, just because my body's more acclimated to more endurance things. Like I'll still push my muscles and I'll still be tired, but I won't sweat really much at all if I'm doing work. I mean, I'll sweat. Whereas if I go for a run, do some pull ups, do some push ups, and mix that all together, I'll be sweating, pretty heavily. So that's why intensity is sort of wonky with that, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, you make a really good point there too, Aaron, is changing your workout, alternating things around, moving things around. Like what I mean is like not always being strength, not always being cardio, not always being your typical standard gym workouts. Like mix different things in there because your body will also hit a point where it's like you do those workouts for so long, you're only going to adapt so far, and then changes aren't going to be made anymore. You've hit the peak of that, so you got to keep everything moving, keep everything changing.
So, sir, because we've been talking about this for a while, and I think we could probably talk about this all day, but we want to, get back to
Absolutely.
our games. One last quick question. We'll both say, what's your workout split week to week?
Ooh. My workout split recently has been not good. I'll tell you that. With what do you call it? The wedding. I started a new job a couple months back. Got married, honeymoon. I'm kind of just getting back into the flow of my regular daily, weekly routines. I'll tell you what I want to get it back to being,
Mm-hmm.
which is I like to do at least 4 days of like lifting. Some days are going to be heavier, some days are going to be lighter, but typically I'll do a split like a push day, a pull day, and then a leg day, and then the last day is more so just like core mobility kind of day I call it. And then I like to mix in some cardio here and there.
So I'm intrigued to see what you think of mine. I think you
Yours
sort
is
of
going to
know
be like
already.
Viking runs, Spartan like jogs, wall climbing, castle foraging, pillaging. Like I know what yours looks like.
Yeah. No, it's actually a little bit more tamed, I think, than it was before. But it's basically some type of running slash cardio. That's usually like Monday. Tuesday is usually strength training. And I always do this. I've been doing the same thing every time. Some combination of squat, bench, deadlift, pull ups. Wednesday is usually like, do work around the house, maybe some gardening, maybe some stuff like that. And then repeat again for Thursday, Friday. Run and then squat, bench, deadlift, pull up. And then over the weekend, I'll do one more intense cardio workout. So maybe an hour and a half of like running, carries, things like that. Or like this past weekend, I did a 5K running and then a 20K on the bike. So it was like a more endurance typey thing.
You have a good balance through your exercise, like through your workouts.
Yeah, I think it's sort of fun for me too. And I figure,
That's the biggest thing is like your workouts have to be fun for you, otherwise you're not going to do that. Not you, I'm just saying like people in general.
yeah, like this past weekend, like I said, I did the 5K run and then the 20K on the bike. I was like, I wonder how like what a small triathlon would be, and like apparently a sprint triathlon is a 5K running, 20K bike, and then 1.5K swimming. I don't have a place to swim, so I was like, I'll just do the first part and see how it goes. And I found that was actually sort of fun. That was like a good, change of pace for me, and it was like, my endurance isn't terrible. I was able to do it. I was able to survive.
There we go. Survival. I'm trying to do more running now too. I bought a good pair of running shoes, and I went for a mile run, and I can actually say I enjoyed it.
I got my new mile PR for the first time in a long time last week. Take a guess, sir. What do you think I got?
I'm gonna say 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
I got 7 minutes 13 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm doing a longer run, like I'm running 3 or 4 miles, it'll be like 9 minutes a mile, like maybe 9:30 if I'm not feeling the best. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I was like, wow,
You're moving. All right.
I felt great. I was like, I'm gonna push it today, and it worked out. That was the best I may have ever done, honestly. Now that I think about it,
That was faster than my most recent mile, which I just went for a jog.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I went for.
But I've been running, sir.
It was like 9 minutes something.
Yeah, but no, that's fine. I've been running, and it took me a long time to get there. It's like, for a while, I was at like 9 or 10 minutes, and now it's gotten a little better, slowly but surely. But sir,
I'll keep working on my cardio. Stay tuned. My mile time will get better. In a month, I'll report my mile time. So at the end of August, we'll talk about what my next mile looks like.
I like it. I will too. Hopefully, I can beat 7:13.
Not that I'm only going to run one. I keep training.
But sir, I actually have another mud run next week. So that's a 5K and some other, fun obstacles and stuff. And my body doesn't feel ready for it because I did that Spartan race a few weeks ago, and I don't think I ever recovered. But what are you going to do? Are you ready for your next diagnosis or disaster, sir? Or did I just lose you? It seems like I might have lost you. Sir?
Nope. I'm back. I can hear you.
Okay.
We had some technical difficulties. What was the name of the race that you have coming up?
Oh, it's another mud race. So it's a 5K and then some obstacles. It was free on Instagram, so I decided to do it. But sir, I already steered our crowd back into our game. So let's do our next diagnosis or disaster. Is this a good exercise or is it terrible? Replacing all running with heavy sled pushes to save the knees while building an engine.
Building an engine. That's a PT disaster. I've never heard this terms before. Building an engine.
It's interesting. Don't hate it. Oh, you said it's a PT nightmare.
Yeah, I thought we were saying disaster, but I'll say this one was a nightmare. So make sure I have this correct.
Mm-hmm.
You're not running anymore. You're just doing heavy sled pushes.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So Google Gemini says valid adaptation, concentric only cardio, low joint impact.
High joint compression, though. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so heavy sled pushes are going to be less impact on your joints than running.
Is there a research article to back this?
Not on here. So it's possible that there is, and they just don't have one listed. Being devil's advocate, because I do not think this is right initially, because heavy sled pushes, you're pushing a lot of weight. That's a lot of stress on your joints. However, running is a low amount of stress on your joints that's done for a long amount of time. So that also could end up being a decent amount of stress on your joints. But I would not call heavy sled pushes really a cardio exercise. Honestly,
I wouldn't call it. I mean, listen, it is cardio. Don't get me wrong. Like, have I done heavy sled pushes? Yeah, my legs hate me. But I feel different after going for a long run cardio-wise compared to, like, sled pushes. Like, the endurance factor is completely different. I don't like that as an adaptation.
Wouldn't you say sled pushes are more like not necessarily, like, I'm trying to think of the words. It's like, what's the middle of anaerobic and aerobic?
I know what you're talking about, but
either way,
yeah,
it doesn't, like, it's, to me, it's not, I'm not doing this for 20 minutes. I'm doing this for 10 seconds and taking a 3-minute break.
Yeah.
Maybe not 10 seconds, but, I mean, I guess you could just say that's like high intensity interval training or HIIT training. So that is a good way to build cardio. But
it's just different though. I don't know. It's good cardio. I don't think that the two are like you can really swap them like that though.
I agree. You're not getting the same thing. One big thing that we didn't even mention is that if you work on one cardio, you're not just going to get better at another cardio. So it's like you can't go biking to get better at running. You can't do sled pushes to be a better runner. However, you can use sled pushes to help you be a better runner too, because you're going to work a lot of the same muscles.
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
Sled pushing is a little bit closer to running than biking is to running.
It's like yes, but no. It's like sled pushing might help you with like uphill running. It's like pressure changes, weight, but I don't know. At the same time,
let me explain, sir. I meant specifically the muscles in your legs, glutes, hammies, quads, calves.
oh, okay.
You're working all those if you're doing a sled push, so that might help the knees are running a little bit because of that. But yeah, I don't think that's a valid adaptation. It's not even low joint impact like Google Gemini is telling us.
No, it's a very high joint compression. It might be like low impact, like it's like the impact is like, oh yeah, this for a run versus like, and you're pushing. Like I get what it's meaning by that, but at the same time, it's high joint compression. But at the same time, like both of the exercises are complete. There's plenty of people I know who can still go for runs, but if I ask them to go and push the sled, like it's not going to be ideal. But it's because they haven't trained like that. So I don't think you can really swap those two out.
Yep. So we're gonna have to agree, sir. PT nightmare disaster.
So me and you agree, but we're fighting Google Gemini.
Yeah. Yep. Should we do one more, sir? Or you want to get to your next question that I'm getting again?
Well, I'll switch to one. Unless it sounds like are you itching to get that one in or?
No, I'm not. I don't care.
Oh, okay. I don't want to deprive you if you want something, but let's go through this one. This one will be a quick one. Research suggests that muscle protein synthesis remains elevated for approximately how long after a resistance workout? I lied when I said this would be a quick one because we know that we had to learn this when we were in grad school.
Yeah.
So welcome back to the boards.
Yeah.
Student physical therapist Aaron.
Oh my goodness.
Open up your trauma box. What is the muscle protein synthesis elevation time period? Is it 6 hours? Is it 12 hours? Is it 24 to 48 hours? Or is it 1 week?
It's definitely not a week. That we can eliminate right away.
Boom.
Oh gosh.
We're getting scientifical in here.
I think it's 6 or 12. I don't think it's 24 because your protein synthesis right after a workout increases pretty much for the rest of the day. We know that. But is that 24 hours? I'm going to go 12 hours. I'm going to go 12.
24 to 48 hours. 24 to 48 hours.
Interesting.
Which is big, but that also speaks to why recovery days are important and why spacing things out is also important too, because after you do work out and your body is utilizing and building protein to build muscle, there's a time period for a day to 2 days where your body is continuously working on protein synthesis.
Yes. So that, yeah.
Recovery is most important. Well, not most important. Sorry. Recovery is just as important as the workout itself.
Honestly, that was a good quiz for me because I have not thought about that in a long time. I think about muscle recovery and like adequate rest period all the time, but I never think about, protein synthesis in that little like period that you get, a lot of bang for your buck with rest.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot about it too. So I like these as a good reminder.
Yeah, it's a good little like. Although I'm getting everything wrong, sorry, my patience, if you're watching. I know you're not. Don't worry.
They're all in bed.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good way to get little reminders and little tips and tricks that I can actually use day to day too. But sir,
absolutely.
Are you ready for diagnosis or disaster number 3?
Diagnosis or disaster?
Diagnosis or disaster. It's called valid adaptation or PT nightmare on here, but it's diagnosis or disaster is the name of the game.
All right, I'll listen.
Wearing a 20-pound weighted vest on a zone 2 treadmill incline walk. Great exercise or disaster.
It can be both. It depends on the person and what they're training for. I'm not mad about it. I think that it could definitely be worth it if like are you going on a long hike where you're gonna have a pack that you need to run with and you're doing more of like a trail run kind of a thing like yeah I have patients who do that, so this is a very good valid adaptation, but also in the same sense if you are older, please don't do that. And I'm lying about the age thing too, as I say that. Like I have older adults who also do it. Sorry,
That's
if
what
you
I.
don't regularly do that, don't do
Yes.
it.
Yes. Okay. I think I like that more. There's a lot of old people or older people or whatever you are that actually do that. Yeah. Like hold a heavy backpack and go hiking for hours sometimes. It's all about, just whether your body is adapted to that or not. If you don't exercise, you probably don't want to do that on your first try. Google Gemini
Yeah.
also says it's valid, but watch out for that calf/Achilles strain. I think that could be the least of your worries, honestly. I mean, definitely possible that you hit your calf. You could also, destroy your back.
Yeah, there's a
hauling
lot
that.
more to it than just that, but we'll let Google Gemini have this one.
Yeah,
You got one that we also agree with, Gemini.
yeah. So Google Gemini, I think that might have been the most we've ever disagreed with Google Gemini. I think it was
Honestly,
actually pretty bad.
honestly.
Yeah, there was a lot of dookie there. All right, so you got another
So,
question there?
how scientific do you want the question to be?
Just give me anything. I'll get it right. I know the answer.
All right, fine. Which energy system dominates during a one rep max? Is it aerobic, ATP, PC? Is it glycolic or oxidative?
Uh,
Glycolytic or oxidative, sorry.
it's not glycolytic. It's not aerobic. What was the third one?
Uh,
Not ATP. The other one.
Oxidative?
Yeah, it's ATP.
It's ATP. I'm very happy that you went with that one. There we go.
No, I knew it was that. I was just making sure I mentioned that the other ones were wrong before I said
All right,
ATP.
hang on. I'm gonna try to stump you now. True or false? You must always squat below parallel to build your quads, or is 90 degrees just enough?
You will build your quads if you don't go below 90 degrees. However, they're only going to be strong in a smaller range of motion. So you technically can build your quads, not going below 90. However, I probably would not recommend it. I'd probably try to have more depth so that you have a stronger range of motion.
You passed the test. I now know, sitting here across from you, that you are indeed not Joel Seedman.
I'm not.
I was worried.
Grab yourself a trap bar, put it over some other bars, and just hang on, boys. That's how you get yourself strong.
But make sure you're bent to 90 degrees. Oh, I won't pass the 90 degrees. I'm only bending joints to 90 degrees from now on. It's
Yeah,
stuck you.
sir. I have a short that I was actually editing before we started today, and that's what. Do you remember that video of him holding onto the trap bar, chains around his shoulders, just dangling like a fish? The silliest thing I've ever seen. Maybe not ever.
Yeah. Nah, it was one of them. It was like, why are we throwing a trap bar up on a pull-up bar like that?
Yeah, that was bad.
Makes no sense. That was terrible.
All right, sir.
We have a love-hate with Joel Seedman, We love to hate on him.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, love. Sorry,
I'm sure he's a
Joel.
very nice person. I just disagree with how he treats and trains. But
Yeah.
that's a
No, no.
soapbox I can get on
This
every
is
other day, too.
yeah. This is never about his character. I mean, it's about his professional expertise. That is it. We are
Yes.
not trying to attack anyone's character. But if we
No.
find that someone posts something that can be harmful, we will say this is probably not a good idea. And if you want to come at us, because we will respond. And If you're wrong, we'll tell you. If you're right,
If we're wrong,
we'll delete the post and cry softly.
I was gonna say that too. I'm happy that we were on the same page. I was gonna be like, hang on, we never admit defeat.
Honestly, there was a person once that commented on my post, and he made a good point, and I was like, he's right. I'm going to delete this post, and I deleted it.
Yeah, it's better to delete than look like an idiot.
Yeah, like why if you have something that's like a little off, like what I said wasn't completely wrong, but it was a little off. Like why would you keep it up? Then you're just going to have information that's not good for some other random Joe Schmo down the road.
Exactly. Half of it is a joke that we're saying to delete it, but the other half is like, hey, we don't want to spread misinformation. So,
yeah.
and that's how me and Dr. Aaron stay consistently right on all social media platforms. We're never wrong.
Yeah, never wrong. Never been wrong before.
Never wrong.
Everyone ignores.
I haven't been wrong once. Go check my Instagram. I haven't been wrong once.
Did you actually notice the Ronnie Coleman? Like how like 2 or 3 people commented on a Ronnie Coleman video that we don't know what we're talking about when it comes to Ronnie Coleman, and I commented on both of them, and then they didn't respond, or one of them did.
And
yeah, the one guy was like, he was like, "Do you even know anything about Ronnie Coleman?" I gave like a big response, and I was like, "So what do you think I did wrong?" And he's like, "No, I just wanted to make sure you knew."
Yeah, there's a lot of Ronnie Coleman defenders out there that it's like we're not even like attacking Ronnie Coleman. We on all of those posts that we've ever made about Ronnie, it was just like we feel so bad about like what's happened, and he was like a legend, and we'll also just use it as an example of like when we push things to the extreme, like we can get injured, of course, too. Use it as a teaching lesson, and people just come after you.
Yeah, and we even finished the video saying, and if he could do it all again, he would do it. Like that's
we're not saying like, oh, Ronnie was wrong for doing that stuff. Like, no, he's a legend.
But that's the thing that's annoying too, that some people will not even listen to the whole video and then get mad at you for some silly reason. Like it makes no sense.
It does not make sense.
Now, sir, do you want to hit me with another question or two?
Yeah, wait, do you have any questions left, or are we tapped on the Gemini side?
I have another entire round of questions that we could go through, and it would be a whole nother game.
Okay, I say we save that for another episode, and I'll pump out 2 more questions to go through. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
All right, let me go through my list of exercises over here. There's a bunch, so hang on. Let's see.
Okay.
Which lift has the shortest range of motion for most people? Is it the conventional deadlift, the sumo deadlift, the Romanian deadlift, or the front squat? Shortest range of motion for most people.
Sir, you got to give me hard questions. That's easy. It's obviously the front squat. It's a sumo deadlift.
It's a sumo because you're going wider with the feet.
Yep. Less range of motion. Unless you're me doing it. My sumo is way better depth than my conventional. I don't care what anybody thinks.
It's impressive. What percent of your 1 rep max is commonly used for sets of 8 to 12 reps?
Ooh,
is
what
it
percent?
40 to 50%? Is it 55 to 65%, 65 to 80%, or 90 to 95%? You're trying to do 8 to 12 reps. What percentage range are you picking?
Well, give me the. Let me think about this first. My max bench press right now, if I had to guess, is probably 290 to 300.
I think you need to prove it to the people. Bring the camera downstairs and start repping.
I don't know if I can do it. I think I can. If I'm thinking of 8 to 12 range, I can do 8 repetitions of 200 for sure. 225 would be tough. 200 is around 60%. So what was maybe 55 to 65 for 8 to 12?
It's partially right. It's actually 65 to 80% is what like the true math would be, is what you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
But 65%, you did the math, you got it right. You just hit the low end of it, 65%. So I'll give you that one.
I'll take it. I'm surprised that actually worked. My brain today.
There we go. Just before farting. But I think we save the rest of the questions for next week. Oh no, next week we're not going to be having questions. We can actually save some questions to have our special guest to see if he can try to answer some. We'll put him on the spot a little bit, make him a little bit nervous, and see if he's right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he's wrong, we'll delete this post.
Well, I will say this, sir. Our special guest next week, we're going to talk a lot about finances and PT. So it's a little different than what we've talked about before.
Making that money.
Yeah. So we'll probably still talk a little bit about, the fitness part of it, but a lot of it's going to be going into depth on, I guess, getting what we deserve as physical therapists and trying to work towards that.
I love it. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's an idea that a lot of people aren't as familiar with. But
No, they're not. I'll have some good things to share from my experience on stuff now. But with that being said, I think that means that we're good for the night.
We are done for the night. Everybody who's watching, we love having you. Please come back again. If you have anything that you want to hear from us, let us know. Put it in the comments. Comment on this video. Send us a DM on Instagram. If you DM us on Instagram, we will respond 52% of the time. So you have a good chance. It's more often than not.
It depends on what you send us. If it's a good question, we'll probably respond to it. If you're calling us idiots, I'll probably delete it.
That's why it's 52%.
Because half the time we get those other messages. But have a good night.
Good night.